Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. And we were talking about speaking from the grave. You might have some people like me, like Angela, that have dreams and visions and things like that. And our prophets and our preachers. The full prophecy of that hasn't came forth, but we do have daughters and people, children and stuff that dream dreams, and they have visions and things like that. We have old men that dream dreams and all of those things. I was talking about speaking from the grave. I was talking about two visions that I had. One was regarding the vision of people being slaughtered, women and children, not only in the United States but in other parts of the world. Now, today, people are being slaughtered. And the second was also dealing with territorial, dealing with also with gang related or mafia related or whatever people that are keeping an eye on their territory. They're very territorial, and they also have, through the wicked one, the devil, the spirit of detection, even of a false a prophet traveling in the spirit, recognizing that they are there. We are going to be there. We are going to be at your place. We may not physically be there, but we will be there. And the Lord will reveal what is going on, as the Lord revealed when Cain had killed Abel. He knew that Cain had killed Abel. And the grave speaks. Speaking from the grave will speak. Many of your family members, many of our ancestors and Native Americans have been killed. I heard it was over a trillion Native Americans have been killed.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people. That's one of the studies I have known. And a lot of people from all walks of life have been killed, slaughtered by people that have the Cain spirit. When you walk in righteousness, and those that walk not in righteousness, they don't like you. When you give all to the Lord, they don't like that. Many of you pastors and preachers, evangelists or whatever, people that are have parishioners or members, Christian members of churches, need to call on people that are actually born again, because a lot of the prophets that you have out there are not been born again. You call upon them because of how they are able to persuade people to give money. But you need people need the real word today.
Right.
They need someone that's able to minister to them and tell them the truth so that they can be saved. Because those Cains can be turned into an Abel, spiritually speaking, if you tell them the truth. A lot of gang members need to get out of those gangs, because some of your family members are going to be hurt because of what you in. They don't come after you, they come after your family members most of the time, because they know they can hurt you even though that you are alive. It's better for you to be alive and hurt for 20 years than to be dead, because you can't feel anything then. So a lot of them will retaliate on you. A lot of drug dealing, illegal drug dealing, there's gonna be a lot of retaliation. And a lot of your family members, good people, are gonna die because of your acts, and they know where your family is, so they're gonna retaliate. That is the visions that I have gotten. And a lot of police, law enforcement are not in control of some of the territories that they say they are. The gang members are in control of some of those territories in the United States as well in other parts of the country.
Yes, and I had several dreams myself. I had my grandparents have been dead for over 10 years, and especially my grandmothers, both of my grandmothers, and I keep having dreams about them. I'm talking to them like they still here, and they, it's kind of weird because I don't understand why they're talking to me. Why are they coming in my dreams and talking to me? Another person that I had this dream before, but I didn't characterize who the person was at the time. And this person that I knew for a long time, I noticed she had told me, she said, I want you to look at my leg. And it was her right leg by her calf. Well, actually with her shin, everything was gone. Everything, as far as her leg, it was just disfigured. It was no muscles, nor it was no skin or nothing. It was like eaten away, like somebody had cancer. And she was telling me, she said, if this doesn't stop, that I'm going to die from this. And I said, well, you had to let somebody know. That's what I was telling her. And obviously when I came back, I remember putting my hands over my mouth because I noticed that it had spread. Her right leg was basically was to the bone. It was just a skeleton. Then I looked up on her right arm. It was all it was no skin. It was no veins, arteries, nothing, and it was all the way up into her shoulder. And she was just sitting there, and she's like, if this doesn't stop, I'm gonna die from this. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I was starting to cry because I knew that if this didn't stop, she could die from it. Um, this person, she's no longer alive anyway in real life. I think it's been some years now that she's been deceased. But for her to like come back in my dream, I guess to inform me what had happened, that she did have some problems with her legs and stuff, where how you have peripheral circulation problems, disease, where you're not getting proper circulation to the leg, and it end up dying, and they will end up have to take measures, either get it amputated or other things. So I believe from what she's trying to tell me is that she probably died from that. I don't know, or maybe somebody else that I may know in the near future might be in that same state, that if they're not careful, they can go through that too. And then in another dream I had was dealing with this area where it was a lot of homeless people, but it was like in a suburb area, but it was where there was nobody there, just the homeless, and it was black and white. They were all mingled together. Half of them are on drugs, half of them are alcoholics, others are out there because they don't have no jobs, no money, no nothing, so they're out. Some of them were sick, some of them were they were going into like a detox. It was so much going on, and the only way that some of them were surviving is that they had this lottery truck that came through their area, and for some reason that truck did not go down that street, so they were going up the hill to try to catch that truck, because this is part of their living as well. By if they win any kind of number, that they will be able to go and either buy some more drugs or alcohol, or some of them just buy food, whichever means necessary. But at this particular time, it was like these homes that they were in, surrounded by, they were empty. These people that used to live in this middle-aged homes, these middle-income homes, I should say, they were not occupied anymore. They were no longer there. There was nobody there. And I remember I was coming through there, and I had a torch in my hand, one of those fire torches that you use if you were doing some kind of like you're welling.
Oh yeah.
Those type of torch. I had one of those in my hand, and that was like my protection to get through, because they can be very violent. And I was really nervous, because I was like, why am I going through here and knowing that there's nobody in the street? So I'm over here running, trying to hurry up and get home before it got dark. And I remember Jesse wasn't home at the time because he was on a business trip or somewhere. So it was just me trying to get home. And I remember having that torch in my hand, but it was just so I was talking to the homeless. I was interacting with them, because I'm trying to get information why this is going on. So yes, you do have dreams. Yes, you do have visions. Do you understand them all? No. Why would your family, your loved ones come to you Why would, somebody that, a lot of times you may see actions that's going on, but you're not involved in it. You're seeing and you witness it, but you're not involved with it. You can smell. So a lot of times you can smell it. A lot of times you can feel the situation, but they can't see you, but they know that you're there, and they're trying to find you to try to attack you. The enemy is trying to attack you, but because of the protection realm that Jesus have with you and around you, that is no harm placed upon you, but he allow you to see things so that he want others to know that this is either going to come about or this has already have happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
these things here, I know there's millions of people out there have probably seen so many things that if they would actually say what they have seen or dreamed of, they would be like blown so many people away that they thought that maybe they was lying or they saw it from a movie or whatever. So you just, some things that you pay attention to, other things you just, blow over, but you just have to ask the Lord to help you to understand what is it that he wants you to bring to your mind, your remembrance. But and I have other dreams too that, and Jesse as well. But
I know many psychologists probably would category as because of this you going through and this and that, but not all for prophets and preachers.
That's not always
that
true.
Won't work at all. Some of the visions, a lot of the visions are from the Lord, and he's speaking to the people, speaking from the grave. I had a prophet